And we're live. Hello, good morning. I realized that I didn't. I still have Jake as our guest from. So fuck it, we're doing it live. Uh,
I should probably bail you out. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Morning Ritual. I am one of your hosts, Noir. You can find me all over the internet as TheNoirEnigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Hive, and maybe one day Mastodon if I ever figure it out. Um, you can find me every Friday over on Gen Con TV's Table Takes. I'm a host there. I host this show, Morning Ritual, and of course, Dungeons and Dragons with my sibling, who exists solely to troll me and eat my chicken.
and Nepo baby
Anita,
their way into my campaigns now, apparently.
oh, I didn't know that was a thing. But hey, if it works, it works. Um, Anita, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Mithy. Good morning. Welcome, Morning Ritual. I'm your other host. No, host. It's early and this coffee's mostly done. Anita. My pronouns are she, they. You can find me here most times. You can also find me Thursdays over on Cyberpunk Uncensored for a Star Trek Adventures campaign that we just started. It's pretty fun. You should check it out. And I've got another thing coming up down the pipe, but for now that's it. Vin, tell us about yourself. We've got an amazing guest. Who are you? Who you be?
Ah, shucks. I'll be your ghost, your guest host. I don't know. Uh, I'm VynVoxVA on Twitter, TikTok, Insta, Hive, if that's still a thing. I'm a tabletop performer and voice actor.
Yeah. Hi, Werewolf. Welcome back. I'm glad you got out of Twitter purgatory. I missed you.
Yeah, that was wild.
Honestly, it was a saga for the ages.
But I do have to disagree with you. Two of the most attractive people in TTRPG space. I look very much like a booger wolf. So now let's get on with the show. Uh, so I first off, it's a pleasure having you here. I still remember you playing one of the most baller hunters in an Urban Shadows game with me. Really enjoyed having you there. You're an amazing player, wonderful imagination. But I want to get into your voice acting. How long have you been at that?
Goodness gracious. I like to separate it into like two segments. I did about 5 years, and then 2 years ago, I decided, hey, so I'm in the middle of my professional era.
Uh, so can you give us like some of the things that you've done voice acting for, or are some of the things you play like? Are there any projects that you're linked up with now, or what are some of your dream projects?
Oh joy. Right now I'm very proud of like my work in audio dramas. Once that's coming up that's been really fun. It's called Century the Series. Um it's by Shanika Freeman. It's about a black lawyer coming to terms with her family drama and like her past. It is so good. We have a trailer
Oh,
that's out now, and the series should be coming out, I want to say like late January, early February, and then February I have a visual novel, a Parfume Nostalgique. I think that's how you say it in French,
ooh.
about a vampire therapist. And therapist by day, Dom by night. I am not playing this character, but two of the NPCs. It's
Wait.
great. It's a
Just to make
yes.
sure that I have this correct, this is a
Hmm,
vampire
hmm.
that's a therapist by day and a
Uh-huh.
dominatrix by night.
Yes.
Oh shit!
It's a great time. I'm selling it.
One way or another, they will get you out of your bad habits.
But in terms of like dream projects, if I can show you all the Yuri on Ice merchandise I have on my desk, my Ida bag, I would love to be on Yuri on Ice the anime. Like it's one of my favorites. And like The movie and the second season is in limbo, and I just tell myself the longer it takes for it to come out, the better chances I have to be in the dub. Like, it's easy. Just gonna
I,
just
okay,
smooch my way in there.
I have never heard of Yuri on Ice. Please, just a little rundown on what that is.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to get my little boy off the stick. It's about Yuri Katsuki. If we can get him uncensored, he's an ice skater,
Oh,
and
is
he
this
kind of
the
fell out
one?
of love. Yes, it's the ice skating anime.
Okay, with the manager at the end. I,
I don't think we're talking about the same. I don't think there was a
there's
manager.
an ice skating anime where like the ice skater does like an amazing routine. Everybody starts clapping, and the manager runs onto the ice to kiss the skater.
Oh yeah, yeah, his coach and
Oh,
lover,
his
yes.
coach.
And
Okay, my
like they
bad.
censor the kiss and everything with his arm. Yes. He was right here.
I don't.
I I
What
got him. Don't
what's
worry
the
about it.
point of censoring? I don't understand people. Oh,
Listen, we're
okay.
not complaining. The fact that it happened, I was watching the series in line with Tumblr, and it was just going crazy because we're like, is it queer baiting? Is it really gonna happen? And then it did. Like these two exchanged rings in the
Ooh,
series. Like, oh, they're engaged. Like, don't worry. Oh my god, they're for real. They weren't like
we're going
fucking with
for it. We're
us.
going
It
for it, lads.
happened.
Let's do this.
Exactly.
Tumblr in a nutshell.
Honestly, it was what a time to be alive.
No, I mean, I guess I kind of understand that because there's that's been kind of my pet peeve in Hollywood these days is that they'll say like, "Oh yeah, this character is gay," and then nowhere in the actual movie is that represented.
No,
But after the movie's out, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that character totally gay." Like, I
he'll
just
believe it. Like, look at him.
I I even to some extent what's the Glass Onion, like even Glass Onion kind of falls under that for me. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but
I haven't seen it, but I've seen like the fan edits and like the goofs.
I'm not, it's not to spoil anything, but they're like, oh yeah, the detective, he's a gay man, and I'm like, okay, and like it's very alluded to, but it's just it's almost like a wink and a nod kind of thing, like blinky you miss it, like come on. Anyway, I don't know how I
Debating.
got to that
His
complaint.
partner shows up at the door wearing an apron, making sourdough. That's about
Okay,
it. Which
okay,
is still
okay.
pretty subtle.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
If it
Like,
could get cut out, if the scene could get cut from the movie.
I just think it's about
Yeah.
time that gay relationships get the same go hard representation that straight relationships get. But everybody
Valid.
too
Absolutely.
scary in Hollywood to do that shit. Like, if he was a straight dude, it wouldn't just be his partner shows up in an apron and ask a few questions. You know how straight directors are with straight relationships.
Yeah.
Show that
Yeah.
same courage when it comes to your gay characters. I'm talking about sloppy makeouts. I want them. I don't know where this energy is coming from.
I like this energy. It's probably the booze in your coffee.
So sorry.
Caffeine kicked in. That's what happens.
Great
Straight
job.
relationships on
Sponsored
film
by
are gross
caffeine.
too.
Yeah, but they get to be gross. I'm listen. I just want the opportunity to react to gay relationships the way that I do some straight relationships in movies, where I can go, that was gratuitous, or that was unnecessary. But I never get that. I never get it because they
It
scary.
won't be equal until we get our own Hallmark movie.
Oh God, be careful what you wish.
I mean, there's like I think there's two at the most, maybe one, but we need our whole a June month of just the stupidest, sappiest guess the plot movies.
We want an all LGBTQ version of American Pie right now.
This is how we do. This is how we win. This is our agenda that they've been
This is
worrying
the gay
about.
agenda.
I want gay Stifler.
Fantastic energy in the studio, guys. Great job.
I'm glad. I'm proud of us. I really am.
Hit the ground running.
I apologize for nothing. So, anyway, sorry. We got a little distracted there.
That's what this show's for, is to get distracted.
Oh yeah.
But back to your questions about your voice acting. When did you start this, and how did you decide to take that leap? Because that's a lot of people want to pursue this career, but taking that first step is what separates a lot of us from the ones that are actually doing it. So I'm just kind of curious.
Well, there was this contest that came around, which I don't necessarily enjoy anymore for the affiliations, so I won't say the name. I've done a couple times. The first time I entered, I had made an entire Twitter for it. That's how VynVoxVA got started. But there was a podcast called How I Died, and they were casting for a non-binary character, and they wanted to give whoever they cast an entire setup. So I got the role. Dr. Kim, How I Died season 2, amazing character. But they gave me Audio Technica 2020, a Scarlett interface, and
nice.
a windshield to work with.
Jeez.
And that's how I got started. Also, the coolest story, unfortunately, is my shortest story, because people ask me all the time, how did I get into Atlas Talent? I freelance for them, very prolific company when it comes to voiceover. And the short of that was, I was cast in another audio drama, unpaid, but the director and writer producer, she had essentially just wanted to help us out, gave me a demo reel, start to finish, produced, written, everything. And that reel got noticed by the company, and they emailed me about freelancing for them. I had submitted it to Edward Hong's, I want to say, a Pacific Majority database. So it's a bunch of POC voice actors who can submit their work and get noticed by companies like Disney uses it, Nickelodeon, CSED just started using it too. And that's where people look for actors of certain races and everything. So that's how they found me there. And I hate to tell people that, because they think I did something extensive. Like, who did you talk to? Who did you contact? They contacted me. So I might just clip this and just tell people, yeah, this is what happened. I'm so sorry.
That's what the show exists for.
You're expecting this fantastic story? That's it. They contacted me, my guy.
I mean, it is still a fantastic story. You went into a contest and you smoked everybody there.
Oh, I lost the contest. I got kicked out a couple rounds, and I've done it multiple times. But just putting myself out there and being just being interested, having to shed my shyness and just constantly put my face in places has got me at my confidence.
So what kind of character do you feel you best voice?
Oh, that's so easy. I'm always the sultry one. I had a mentorship with one of my mutuals, well, now mutuals, and he said, you do bad bitch real good. That word for word. So villains, like the sultry low fin range, that's my bread and butter. I have to just acknowledge that's what I'm good at. But I'm also the higher range. I love doing that cutesy uwu voice that just gets people angry.
Uwu? So honestly, it's just the best. I like to say owabolos and commit atrocities.
Let's commit war crimes together.
We can commit war crimes. Geneva who? Geneva Convention, more like Geneva Suggestion.
All of this is going into a soundboard. All of this is going into soundboard. I hope you know it. I think my life flagged before my eyes. I'm pretty sure I got suspended from existence. Right?
Oh my goodness.
I have
First
to let
Twitter,
you.
then life.
I have to let you know. Like the Uwu voice is so far away from what I think of when I think of you, because like I still have EXO in my head, which for everybody that's joining us that didn't watch that Tales from the Second City game, EXO is like a
XD?
like hard
XD.
XD. I'm so sorry. I keep saying EXO. XD is this hardcore monster hunter. Just like badass, looked at my BBEG, did flinch, and told him to bow. Like, and so I'm imagining XD with this baller ass gun going, ooh, want to commit war crimes. Fucking done. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Oh, god damn it. Who commit the crime? Thank you.
Thank you for clipping that more shoddy.
Oh, holy shit, that's funny. So here's a question that I want to start asking everybody, which voiceover work I'm imagining is like very much remote work. So like, how do you explain that to your family? Do they ask what you do, and how do you explain that?
My family, like my immediate family, my sister, mom, and stepdad, they are 100% supportive. Like my closet is gutted, it's blankets, a couple of acoustic foam to one wall, and my microphone is set up.
Nice.
I get to tell them about all the things that I get to do because everything is NDA. So I'm like, hey y'all, I got to do da 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 da. Or I'm very annoying. You see an Etsy commercial. Oh, I read for that. Oh, I see why they picked such and such and such. Or like, oh, that's my mutual as a voice. I will say, now that I think about it, I am the worst person when it comes to scrolling on Netflix. So I just go, oh yeah, I auditioned for that. I auditioned for that too. Oh, I see why they did this. And like, it's been very insufferable these past couple months because now everything is coming down the drain. Things I did like audition for in the summer are coming out now. So I just have to sit there and simmer for the rest of it. It's understood though, like, okay, I get that. I could have did this better and just kind of like nitpick, not in like a derogatory way, but like understanding why choices were made, but also being very excited
And
for
it's
my
also good.
friends
It's
and
good learning too,
coworkers.
because then you can
Oh
figure
yeah.
out what you need to do for the next one, right?
And I get to watch Arcane as an excuse. Oh, I'm studying actually. This isn't the fifth time me just watching this for fun. This is me analyzing the vocal performances.
God damn, the performances were so good.
Ugh, I love it, honest. I have his signed poster and it says Vincent, may you be what you dream, Silco, and then his actual signature, and I adore it.
Ooh, man. See, but at least you are like you look at the stuff that you know that you didn't get. You're like, oh, I can see why they make that choice. Me, I'm just bitter. I'm like, oh, I auditioned for that. Oh, that's who they went with. I guess they like mediocrity. I guess they weren't ready for this fabulousness. Like, bro, I be bitter.
I will say, there's one series. I know I'm being recorded. There's the one series that came out this year that's been very big. I've had taken the time. I had to swallow that pill. I had to settle with myself because I go, oh yeah, I auditioned for this, and who, and then I get to watch every week was me checking Twitter. Oh, who got cast? Who did this? Okay, that makes sense. I love them though. Good for them. Great job.
It could have been me though.
It could have been me. But don't worry about it.
I was
biding my time. I was there. I saw the sides.
I swear to God, I was that way about a job I applied for, and like it was announced who got the job, and I was just like, I could eat him. Like if we were on a deserted island together, I would be the victim. They chose weakness.
but it happens like rejection. You kind of get like a tolerance to rejection. It just happens enough times where you're like, okay, just water off a duck's back. You're good. There, I think one thing that has helped me with this is that there'll never be the more opportunities. It's not over when like you think you missed your dream because there'll be one around the corner next week, literally.
I see. I'm kind of glad that kind of broach on this subject because man, like I think getting to that level where rejection kind of becomes water off a duck's back is a skill. Because like there are some times where like absolutely I can do that where, but then other times it's just
It's hard.
it's hard and it almost feels personal.
And it's not. Like,
I know it's
actors,
not, but
we
it'd
know.
be like,
did you not like me? You've heard me
like,
so
what
many
the
times.
fuck?
Why am I still doing this?
I expose myself to you.
I lay myself bare in my closet.
Oh god.
I left my soul in there.
Hey, you gonna go with somebody else like throwing shit. I'm gonna shut this whole production down. And then you like in the middle of yelling, you're like, oh, maybe this is why they didn't pick me.
Yeah, maybe. I think I did I even say that word? Oh, damn.
Oh shit. Oh god. But I mean it's very funny in a lot of what you do. There is that kind of earning your way through talent, like with your actual plays and your voiceovering. Like you gotta earn your spot there, which is baller. And it's been amazing to see you like just kind of everywhere. Which I mean, I like whenever I GM somebody, I'm just like they're mine. So like it's just like it's great to see, like yes,
My
yes,
babies.
go off and prosper. So, but no, you have been going out here prospering. And I'm like, I'm glad to hear that. Like, are there any projects? Like, what are you most excited about right now? Like, what are you most excited to get to you for people to see?
Oh joy. I know they're in the chat. I see Chris. I hate you for last week, this week, every week. The Mythic Initiative, we have had such a great time. And we have our finale next Thursday, and then we have season 2. And I feel like it's going to be night and day of drama because we have a very tumultuous group to like such a tight knit family. We were given like what's the show? The Umbrella Academy, kind of like as inspiration or like as a base foundation for it. But turns out in this Monster of the Week game, we are the monsters. Like we are some horrible people. But it's worked out. My girl was literally named Heaven. I don't know anything that she could do wrong. But the other fuckers, the list of atrocities is long. And it's just been such a great time. Also, Hades High season 2, whenever we get to that, has been so that was like the inciting incident. I did a 3-shot with Gehenna Gaming, and then I was cast into like a full show, thanks to Bully Table Goth, and that's how we all got together, the Thonic kids. We're finally getting ready for that, and then Hades 2 got announced. So now we're kind of like waiting for Hades 2 to happen so we can maybe fold up some characters in, because I don't know how to pronounce her name. Melly, whatever her name is. If anybody saw our holiday special, spoilers, she got introduced at the very end. And it was so cool. I'm looking forward to that. There might be some more World of Darkness things. I don't know yet. It's been vaguely hinted at. And our another Thonic Kids production, our what is that game? Good Society game, To Be and Want.
I need to bring back
could.
our Wander Home game because I miss
Oh,
our
absolutely.
sweet babies that made me cry. Venice made me cry on stream multiple
Such
times.
a good time. Because it just works. Everybody was so sweet and it just fell into place just so perfectly.
was
And
the
then we
most
cried on the
wholesome.
bridge we made together.
Yeah, it was the most wholesome and like the most heartbreaking in some ways.
There's
I
nothing
didn't
better
want
than a
to hurt
gig.
like that.
There's nothing better than a game that breaks your heart.
Yeah, Wander Home leans into the sad and the beautiful. It's wonderful.
Well, you want to know something else that's wonderful?
You?
Get out of here.
Aw.
Shit! No, I forgot my segue. But here's something that's probably not wonderful. If you answer this question wrong, there is a
joy.
war going on in the TTRPG community between those of us.
I hadn't noticed.
Well, it's between those of us who know that dice are to be rolled, and that's it. But there are some of us that consider them forbidden candy and put them in their mouth and crunch on them, even though that's a dental risk and a choking hazard. So I have to ask you, then, are you on the side of the crunchers, or are you on the side of those who would have people stop the crunch?
Oh, I am severely anti-crunch. I make that note immediately. You can't joke about that shit. I hate it.
Yes. Yes. Hear that, you crotchety sons of bitches.
But I will say,
no, don't do it.
me being who I am,
No, don't do
spite
it.
people. I was like, I could just stuff things in my mouth right now just to make a statement.
No,
But
don't do
I didn't want to choke. I would have choked laughing.
it. See?
I would have been
Because
the first
it's a
casualty
choke.
of the war.
The first casualty of the crotch war was just Vin trying to prove a point.
There'd be no turning back after that. We'd have to go into full-blown assault. All right, that's another one in the Stop the Crotch Party. We gonna stop you crotching sons of bitches. Get the dice out of your mouth, you sickos. That's how you choke.
Get some chocolate molds.
Right?
Some gummy dice if you need to so bad.
Put actual food in your mouth, you fucking weirdos.
Snack.
No.
Here's the alternative: eat.
Yeah, go eat something. Put something
Not eat the
in your
dice, but
mouth.
eat. Yes.
Hey,
Noir,
you're coming through a little crackly on my end.
no, I'm not. That's how I deal with audio issues.
That's how you deal with audio issues?
Yes.
Just no.
No. I don't agree with you.
There we go.
It's a stim thing. We're not eating them.
Don't put dice in your mouth, you weirdos.
No, I agree.
Maybe our middle ground is like having some teething dice specifically for that and nothing else.
There is no middle ground. There's only the war.
Crunch
There's
responsibly. Be crunch responsible.
Get out of
Yes.
here. I'm
Responsible.
you can't crotch responsibly. That's like having a safe game of Russian roulette. It's impossible by the very nature of what you're doing.
I mean, you could play Russian roulette with a water gun. With a Nerf gun.
That's not really Russian roulette. That's like amateur Russian roulette. If you're trying to play with the professionals, you can only lose once.
You're right. You're right.
But our next question is, if you could play with any 5 people that are alive right now, any game, you get to choose who's the GM, who you picking, and what you playing.
Okay. The game, Vampire the Masquerade, surprisingly.
Ooh.
I need my top tier drama. Jason Carl, we're mutuals. Hi, if you ever see this. I still can't believe you follow me. That's such a high honor. Jason Carl, Good old Huddy. Just give me the World of Darkness brand team and me for a game. That's it. I would love that. Everybody I've played with Outstar, I played with Huddy. They're the sweetest people in this space by far, and I love them to bits. Noir, we need to play. Like if I could put like a second game, like that was my promotional cut. You, me, Lamar, um, just the three of us. You, me, and Lamar in a game. The other World of Darkness game.
Man, I've been wanting
with
to put
Prince
together.
DMing.
Oh,
There we go.
Man.
See,
Like,
right?
I've been wanting to put together a Black as Fuck VTM game, but like
Me too.
I just don't know how to run it. So
You're
it's
talking
just
about the Spike game, the Spike Chronicle of the year.
that shit would be so lit. Oh, okay. And last question. You are God Emperor of the TTRPG space. You can make any three things happen in this space. No limit on money, no limit on time, just any three things.
You got a day to do it though.
What do you make happen?
Oh boy. First of all, I have to give my humanitarian answer. Make the space more accessible. Like, my goodness, we've been at this for years, and I don't know why it's still so hard for people of color, queer people, and everybody else who isn't a white cishet male to get into the spot. Because we're having such a great time. Why do you not want more people involved in this? Two, kind of just equal out the playing field for all these indie systems. Like, we get it. We love the Dragon game. The Dragon game. But
I mean, do we right now?
do we? I'm not even gonna say those three letters because I will spontaneously combust. My skin will peel from my body and slither away like snakes because I cannot stand it anymore.
I'll say it. Fuck it. His name's Mike. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Perpetual and irrevocable.
I think 3 is gonna be my throwaway. Candy dice. Candy dice. There we go.
So the crunchers have
Safe
something
for
to
everyone.
crunch on.
Candy dice
Exactly.
already exist. They don't want it. They want real dice in their mouths because they're weirdos.
We'll make it like extra hard candy so you can. Well, you want to roll those too and then put them in your mouth. So,
Right?
we'll workshop that third.
We don't
one.
crunch shame, we
Like-
crunch ask why.
This is what they say every time. Every time we bring up candy dice, that's crunching, not crunching. You can't reason with these people. You gotta put them down.
Wow, this is some really heavily coded language, Noir, and I'm not sure if I feel comfortable continuing my
Realize-
association in this podcast. Our
realize
season
how
of friendship
bad
has ended.
And it will not be renewed for another.
Friendship with no R ending. Anyway, sorry, I get a little passionate sometimes when we talk about crunching versus
Took
crunching.
the words right out of my mouth. That was passion.
Yeah, I get a little heated because I hate the thought of teeth and throats getting torn up. I just want to protect people. We're eating food. We're using dice as emotional stem tools to help us cope with the attacks we receive from a certain someone. Well, I don't know who that person is, but I think they might have some points. All right. So, speaking on not saying those three letters, I have to note that you play a lot of actual plays, but I don't think I've seen you in an actual play with those three letters. Have you been in one? I'm curious.
Yes, I have. Strixhaven After the Fall.
That's right.
On Gehenna Gaming. Was by April the Raygun.
I have never played a Strixhaven game. I've seen a lot of them though.
It's fun. I love it.
every time I hear Strixhaven, I just hear people complaining about silvery barbs. Get good, scrubs. Get good. Anyway. No, I hate that so much. That spell is broken. It wasn't plate tested. We shouldn't be allowed.
You just don't like to lose.
Right? Just
Exactly. That's exactly what that is.
take the L and move on. You control the entire world. You mad they got one spell? Anyway. Are you a critter? Would you put yourself under that title?
I enjoy creations made by Taliesin Jaffe. I love Molly Mock Tea Leaf. That was the longest I've ever watched Critical Role consecutively until season 2, episode 26. And then I just into oblivion.
I was about to ask, did something happen in that episode?
You could say that.
Yeah, you could. Maybe.
Wait, what? I'm legitimately out of the loop. What happened?
That's the episode where Molly dies.
Oh, yeah. That's
the episode where everybody gets really mad at Ashley Birch.
Oh yeah, I was having the time of my life during that period because I'm gonna get in so much trouble for this. I hated Molly. I hated Molly with the furious past. So like watching people mourn and be sad, I was just reveling in like a pig.
Did you hear Noir's homophobic?
At that moment, I gotta go for a walk. Give me a sec. One sec.
That's not what I said at all. Yeah, I don't know. I just never could get. I don't. You know what? I can tell you. I can tell you.
I knew.
I can tell you exactly why I didn't like Molly. And it's the same reason I don't like a few other characters. I hate blood hunters. The idea that they get stronger by cutting themselves up, I hate that.
You're homophobic and transphobic and racist. What?
I hate the idea of cutting the game straight. It's just like the wizard goes, it's time to fight.
I can't believe it.
Open hands and there's lightning. The paladin goes, it's time to fight. He unsheathes his sword. The blood hunter goes, it's time to fight. It scratches himself up. I love that.
And My Chemical Romance. But no,
They are
I
the
love
most emo
that.
of
Like,
the
you get
classes.
It's my clerics, bards, blood hunters. Those are my 3.
Oh.
So
You
religious
attacked me as a
trauma,
person.
theater kid.
Paladin, bard, monk for me. Paladin, bard, monk.
Special kind of religious trauma, theater kid.
I'll say this much. I'm gonna get so much shit with this. Molly killed himself. Like he went in front of the bad guy. It was just like, I'm about to fuck you up. But first, do y'all remember?
It was everything that happened that episode. It makes sense. I am not like discrediting that. I will give you my controversial take. I think Molly Mock should have stayed dead. Like he should have. Kingsley didn't need to happen. Caduceus is an amazing character. What a great transition. Everything about Caduceus is perfect. You didn't have to. I think that was like appeasing to the fans to bring Molly Mock back. I genuinely think so.
I did not know he came back.
Yes, technically, sort
He
of.
actually ended up being part of
Was a whole plot
the
point.
BBEG, essentially. Well, one of the BBEGs of the series.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how the Mighty Nine went out, beating up Molly? That's
It's,
lackluster.
it's complicated.
It's
Vox
complicated.
Machina went out taking out goddamn fucking.
Do you
I
want
can't remember
spoilers?
his name.
Lucian. There we go.
Do you want spoilers?
I mean, we've got a whole chat here to consider, so probably not.
Chat,
But I'm just.
Chat, are you okay with spoilers for campaign 2?
We go from fighting Vecna to some dude.
I'll wait
From
for a couple
Vecna
more
to
confirmations.
From Vecna to Molly, get the shit out of here, man! I love the Mighty Nine too. I just didn't finish watching their show, so I'm a little sad that's who they BBEG was. Boo to that.
Campaign 2 of Critical Role. Spoilers for campaign 2 of Critical Role. I'm gonna put my hands up like this, and if you don't want to hear it, you can mute. And when I put my hands up like this again, we'll be clear from spoilers. So spoilers starting now. So the BBEG isn't technically Molly; it's the Chained Oblivion, which uses Molly as a vessel to try and re-enter the world. And spoilers over. There you go.
No, you know what? It's my show. I can say whatever I want. Chain, whatever can have him. Like, I don't give a. He's okay.
I don't give a fuck. His name's Mike. Fucking Mike.
His name's Molly. Anyway, still a great character. And a tiefling? You're gonna give me a purple tiefling and tell me not to love him? A shady purple, a circus shady tiefling down the line, just a beautiful character.
I was all about Ford and oh my god, now I'm blanking on names.
Jester?
Nah.
That's what I was thinking. Yasha?
Yeah.
Not?
Yeah.
Going down the line.
Nah, I was about Ford and Jester. Those are my two.
Ford and Jester, or Ford and Yasha?
I like Jester in the beginning, but at the end, it'll start to get really annoying. I am just spitting out a lot of unpopular takes. I need to shut the fuck up right now.
You're fine.
But I don't know.
You control the segue.
That's true. I can end this anytime I want to, but I want to cause more pain.
Shut up and drink. I've got a hydrate command in chat, but I don't have any water on me. Sorry, AJ. You're on your own.
Bastard.
Hydrate or hydrate.
Ah, fuck.
You really made them go all the way to the kitchen.
Listen, it's a tough life out there.
Oh, I can't wait. Anyway. Moving right along.
Anyways, hi everybody.
Moving right on along. I have to. So we know how you got into voiceover. How did you get into actual plays? What's your origin story there?
Well, if we want to go all the way back, I've been role playing for about 15 years. Like I started 13 online forums. That's how I did it. I got to play Dungeons and Dragons once, senior year of high school. But then I was told I couldn't do it anymore because it was witchcraft and magic, and just because you're casting fantasy spells could be real spells, all that noise. I made a PowerPoint to present just in case, because I really want to play again. Fast forward to whenever the Adventure Zone was the big actual play podcast. I had caught up right at Crystal Kingdom, and that's when I got to playing more games again. I got cast for a podcast. The podcast fell apart, but on a whim, I remember doing virtual horror con and playing at a table made by the Gehenna Gaming, and then they were casting for a 3-shot for Bluebeard's Bride, so I played that around the same time. I had just played Monster Hearts for the first time and fell in love with it.
That game is
And
so horny.
Hades. Listen, I just got my physical copy of that book, and I revere it to God knows what. That is my favorite tabletop book so far. The fact that I have it, insane. But this channel, Table Goth, was casting for a Hades Monster Hearts game, and I was telling everyone, oh my god, y'all, can you believe it? Action roguelike nominated Hades and Monster Hearts. So I applied for that. I applied for every character except Skelly. Like, I had rundowns of every high school archetype. I had been playing Hypnos, which was like the most amazing thing in the world because I'm just so cute and darling, just like him. And that's what happened. I had a lot of free time. I was still like kind of coasting between undergrad and like my master's. So I was available a lot. I think that's what helped me at the very beginning because I was everywhere in people's faces. Now I'm employed. So I've had to slow down a bit because I work a 9 to 5. But it's been great. I've had a lot of opportunities. And the fact that like around 2 or 3 years ago, I had just played Vampire the Masquerade for the first time. I gave up having a dinner with my classmates before we graduated to play with my friends. And then now I'm on the World of Darkness channel, which is still, again, amazing.
Hell yeah. That's a hell of an origin story.
Hey guys, I gotta stay here. I want to be a really slutty twink tonight. Y'all have fun. I have trauma to make.
God, Vampire is just one of those games that I don't know how people get into it, because like I've been wanting to play that for a while, and I've played every now and then, but like I want a real long campaign with that system.
Oh, absolutely. I want that chronicle. I want to climb and claw and ruin people's lives while simultaneously getting the shit kicked out of me for fun.
What's your clan?
Oh, joy. Top 3 in no particular order. Thin Bloods, Toreadors, and Malkavians.
Malkavians!
Let's go. You have to give it up.
Toreador. That's the
Listen, how can you not play a Toreador?
I don't know, they fuck so hard.
Anita, oh my god, I gotta tell you.
What?
That character you did my reading for,
Yeah.
they died.
Oh,
they
no.
died.
Chronicle with Vin and Noir, please.
Oh my goodness.
We're getting requests in chat.
Wait, what?
Werewolf is requesting a Chronicle with Vin and Noir. Chicago by Night?
Ooh. That is a thing. That is a whole book.
I was gonna go pull it out, but I'm lazy. It's gonna be like, what this? So Vampire, Chicago by Night is one of those shows that I've been wanting to do in studio.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is finding somebody in Chicago that can run VTM that I trust, and also finding people to play. I got everything else handled. I've got the studio, I've got the production team. It's just like, oh, now I've got to do scouting for people in the city.
Valid.
Listen, we'll link up eventually. We'll get there.
We gotta get you over here. We gotta get you in Chicago, and we can do this fucking show. Like, that's the problem. Most of the people I want to play with aren't in my city because everybody's in New York or fucking LA. I hate y'all. Leave me alone.
Excuse, I am in the sticks.
Wait,
I
where
live in my city has a population of 5,000 people. Last time the census had checked.
I thought you were in LA for some reason.
No. Why would you think I'm in LA? I don't know. I'm in South Georgia. That's where I am.
Okay, you're
born and raised.
See, but you're close to Atlanta. Well, I'm assuming you're in Atlanta-ish, and they have
doxing myself. I am 4 hours away from Atlanta. It's a drive every time. I'm closer to Florida than I am. ATL.
Ooh, you're about to panhandle. Ooh.
Yeah, it's a day trip.
Just play with joy. I would actually like to see. I would pay to see you and Joy at a table together, like.
I've GM'd Joy a number of times, and it usually ends with them getting what they want and me in tears.
I feel like that'll just be bullying. That'll be rude to me.
No, I meant
honestly.
like as both players, because I know that you've GM'd Joy before.
Mm-hmm.
And yes,
Okay.
it does usually end in you crying.
We go, how did y'all manage that? Like that's not in the rules. That's not how that works.
Joy bullied you into giving the McCracken as a pet.
Damn, I can't imagine. Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Joy would diablerize Noir.
Is that when a vampire eats another vampire?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
Diablo-y.
Just a little Diablo-y as a tweet.
Just a little Diablo-y. Turn them into a juice box.
And I have a little bit of the forbidden munchy munchy.
The forbidden sippy.
The forbidden sippy cup.
Yes. A whole nother kindred.
Well, all the more reason to not be at the same table with Joy. No, I'm kidding. I would love to play with Joy. Please don't.
I won't tell him that.
All right, last question because we're getting close to break time. And the last question is this: what would be your dream actual play?
Chad is snitching on you so hard right now.
What the fuck?
Wait, what? Oh boy.
Everybody's snitching.
Clip it and say.
DMing Joy now. Clip it and send it. I'm gonna tell them that.
I hate my community so much.
It's on record. Y'all can clip that too. There you go. Get the cancel box ready.
Start those twit-longers. So
exactly.
dream actual
Rev up those
play.
twit-longers. Dream actual play. I mean, I would love a long form Monster Hearts. Just give me all of it. The most drama. Like my favorite playbook, which is so funny. Interestingly enough, my favorite playbook is the Mortal.
Mortal's
theirs
havoc.
is the horniest.
Don't worry about it. Listen, I have a boyfriend, but I have a lover too. It's different. You have to follow your passions and do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
That game is I came into it thinking it was gonna be more like Urban Shadows. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna put together this one shot. It's gonna be a good time. I did like a little bit of review for the system, but not too much because I don't overly prepare. So we go live and I look at some of the stuff.
Wait a minute.
I was like, whoa!
There was tentacles. It was wild.
This game fucks.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, the sex movies are a thing. Yeah. I think someone just mentioned that the Mortal is the biggest monster. You are correct, Mental Lamia.
It is. Absolutely. It's like playing the chosen monster of the week. You're gonna just be that guy.
That game is horny as hell.
I was, of course, if not Monster Hearts, Vampire. Like I need it.
We gotta put together a black as shit Vampire in the Masquerade game.
I can't run it. I want to play more than I want to run. That's what's stopping me. I've had people say, "Oh yeah, I would love to storytell for this," and I'm
we
like,
need
"I
to
would
talk
love
to
for you to
Dee
do it."
and see if we can get her to do get her to GM, y'all.
B or B Day. Those are my choices. I'll settle for
Small
nothing
plea.
else.
Because
Oh,
it's the
Prince is
Riddler
an
can run
amazing
one
storyteller,
hell of
though.
a. Oh, go ahead.
Like, I will sing his praises.
Oh man, I kind of wanna like who all would you like at an all black Vampire the Masquerade table? That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, and like also CJ Scholastic Dragon.
Oh hell yeah!
Dare would kill it.
Oh
She
Dare,
would. She'd slaughter everybody.
Austin.
Affectionate. Yes.
Twitch saved your ass.
That's right. I ain't scared of nobody. Fuck y'all trying to snitch on me. But yeah, CJ, Dare, Austin, Calamity for sure.
Oh,
Wally?
yeah.
Wally! That motherfucker's so tall.
Also, but that also brings it is a shame that we can literally just go down the list of all like black vampire players. We shouldn't be able to quantify this on our fingers, as far as we know in like the actual play sphere. That's a problem in itself that we will address at a later
Yeah,
day.
we need more black people playing vampire.
Also, I will go on an aside. Shout out to my little sister who also played in my first Chronicle for a little spell before we dissolved. She had played a Bruja, and I don't know why my dumbass, my first vampire character was a white twink. Surprise, surprise! But she had made this black punk rocker, and she was so good. Like, I was thinking, why didn't I do that? Why didn't I start with myself, or at least a black character? And that was her first time like role playing, like at all. But she was also in theater. She was so great. But she came in, took charge, and was absolutely amazing. Sometimes like, wait, who the fuck are you? Coming out of that mouth, but it was great. She fell into the world of darkness and still listens to me prattle on and about stuff. And that is my number one. If we're talking about siblings, I love her to bits.
Hell yeah.
I also love my sibling to bits in case anybody had any doubt. But yeah, so yeah, you can send that. You can send that to Joy.
Clip that and send it.
Yeah, clip that and see. Y'all don't want to ever clip any of the nice things I say, you fucking snakes. With that, we'll be going on our first break.
All right,
we're so glad to have you all with us. We'll probably be just about 10 minutes. So hang on to your butts. We'll be back.
We'll see you soon.
Dirty motherfuckers.
And we're back.
Are we back?
In spirit.
All right. We're on to the second half of our show, which is called The Dark Rose, where we stop fucking around and we start getting to the real ones.
We stop fucking around and we start finding out.
Yeah.
That's what we'll call it. So, just off rip, we're gonna start to get to some of the signature segments of the Dark Roast, and we're gonna start with Petty Primetime. Now, it's a newer segment, and we haven't been as consistent with it, but Petty Primetime exists so that if you want, you can subtweet someone via a message. I will go first. Here is my Petty Primetime. Everybody wants to talk about eating the rich and pulling out the guillotines until it's the thing in capitalism that you like. Then everybody starts getting shaky. Listen, when it's time to eat the rich and pull out the guillotines, I'm sorry, some of your favorite things are gonna get lost in the mess. That's the cost of revolution. So that's my Petty Primetime. If anyone else would like to go, feel free. If not, we can move on to our next segment.
I think you covered it. Great job.
I might have something. but I need a
Oh,
little bit
okay.
to. I had something before we went to show, and I was like, "No, that would be good for Petty Prime Time," and then my brain has completely dropped it. Thanks,
Uh,
ADHD.
all right. Next is our gamer confessions. This is what we're going to talk about on this side of things. We're going to talk about a lot of people that maybe aren't the best for the space. This is where we can confess some of our habits that might not be the best at a table. Um, of course, I will go first again, show the be an example. Um, I don't. It's gonna be a confession that I confessed before because I have not gotten better at it. I hate when I'm in a party and we're spending like 20 minutes on every decision. So I'm that guy that will be like, okay, we've talked enough, and just kick whatever door down and just go. That's not the most cooperative way to do that. There is a much more team oriented way to make decisions rather than just waiting till you're fed up and just storming a door. But I just I hate idle chatter and not getting anywhere in an adventure. It bothers me. So that is my confession. I go too fast. Uh, do either of you have a gaming confession?
Speaking of things that start with the letter T, two T's. TikTok. I'm so sorry. I am paying attention, but like my brain has a bunch of B's. So if you see me like my eyes are downcast and I'm
Oh,
muted everywhere, I'm watching TikToks. That's my crime. That's my sin. I'm still invested. There's been very, very rare times where I'm like completely blanked out and not know what's going on. But yeah, that's
I
my
have times where
bad
I've been
habit.
completely blanked out. If you ever hear me in game say the words, uh, uh, I'm sorry, I spaced out for a second. Would you please be able to recap that room for me? That's because I lost the plot. I did not pay attention at all for the last 30 seconds. It's like, or the words, can you just sort of paint a picture of where everything's situated right now?
Yeah, where are we? What's the area like? Is there such and such? Even though like they probably just said what was there.
Oh yeah, they probably did.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm just like, just so for some clarification, this person is here and this is there. No, no, this is there and that's there. Okay, so I picked up on those two words and nothing else.
So I I I don't know what's better to have happen in that situation where somebody confesses that they weren't paying attention and asks for the recap to be redone, or what I do, which is when they're like, "So what would you like to do?" And I just do a thing. Like I do a thing that I feel would fit in most situations. Like
I'm gonna roll
I
insight.
You know what? I think now's a good time to cast detect magic. Why? What did I say that would cue you in to think there's magic here? You never know.
Paranoia.
So I just do a thing. Um, I don't I don't know what I would prefer as a GM, but
I've done it to you.
yeah, I've done it to you too.
Yeah. I full on like because usually if I'm playing with Noir, I'm also the one that's producing the stream, so I have about 30 different things that are going on in my brain, and I'm like, I completely lost the plot because I was busy focusing on something else. Can you please help me with this? At least I'm straightforward about it sometimes. Not
Yeah, I
often.
mean, I don't have an excuse. Sometimes I just be wondering what would it look like if bees knew kung fu.
Valid. What would it
Honestly,
look like if bees do kung fu?
I don't know.
Now
They got a
I'm invested
stinger.
in this.
They got like
Fuck whatever
6
we were doing.
legs, wings.
this is the next B movie.
I just, I just sometimes wonder what martial arts would look like for different animals. Anyway,
I've got my petty prime time.
Oh, let's hear it.
Because I just remembered it. If you're a GM and you're saying, "Hey, the party's not balanced," that's on you, buddy. We built these characters. It's up to you to figure out a way to make it balanced.
My brother in Christ, you control the landscape.
Right?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll go so far as to say there's no such thing as an unbalanced party. It's a party you got to do more work for. You can make anything work. Like we have seen games of oops all every class. Like there's oops all warlocks, oops all paladins, oops all rangers. We've seen it. You can make any party composition work. It's just a matter of wanting to do the work or being willing to do the work. And I kind of feel like if you invite people to a game and you're asking them to take time out of their day, especially if you're not paying, then you should be willing to do the work. Like, I can't tell you the number of times where I've had a GM tell me, well, no, that doesn't fit my world. Like,
it's up. That's the thing, is it. If as a GM you tell me that, or tell the group that, hey, this party isn't balanced, it's up to the GM to make it balanced. I'm sorry.
I just that's usually a red side for me in a game if the GM's just like, so in my world there are like no wizards, so like you can't be a wizard. Like, what the fuck?
I'll tell you a little bit more about it off stream.
I hate that
might
kind
have
of thing.
Also come up.
I hate that kind of thing because like we're not playing this fantasy game because we want, limitations. And this game that we're all playing because we like to have our imagination run wild. Well, you can't let your imagination run wild in that
you
direction.
can make it run wild, but not too wild.
Yeah,
not in that direction.
Not in that direction.
The way that you want to imagine isn't working with how I'm imagining. So if you can imagine less so that I can imagine less in this game that's all about imagination, then that would be great for me.
This is a low magic game. Cool. Why didn't you say that before session 0?
Anyway. Just before we move on, is there any pettiness that you would like to let out, Vin, or shall we move on?
I'm pretty good. I'll let my petty out like at a normal rate. I don't have any bile built up.
Awesome. Then that brings us to we're gonna go to that guy segment and then end with the community spotlight. So if you've been in the TTRPG space for long enough, then you've probably had the displeasure of playing with a that guy. A that guy is a veritable black hole of fun sitting at your table. Someone that if they were yeeted into the sun, your experience would improve 10,000 fold. So then I have to ask you, my friend, have you had the displeasure of playing with a that guy?
Yes, I'm so glad to tell the story publicly. That guy was a storyteller from outside the United States that said the Ku Klux Klan was an Illuminati organization and is not that prevalent in the United States. Also, the Candyman was our villain.
The thing that I love about this segment is that after I give that spiel, I have no idea what's gonna come next. And it's always surprising every time. All right, let me get this straight. The Ku Klux Klan is part of the Illuminati. Mm-hmm. Not that prevalent in the United States.
Not prevalent at all in the United States. This game happened in 2020 or 2019.
and the bad guy was the Candyman. Okay,
Yes.
all
Or
right.
the original. Just ripped, thrown into our chat.
Wow.
Changing the dreaming.
Wow. Wow. Also, I've never played Changeling. I desperately want to play that one. But holy shit.
20th
Well,
anniversary? Was it the 20th anniversary edition?
Yes.
Yeah. I've played that. It's
I
kind of
wasn't
crunchy.
playing, I was sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
also considering how anti-Semitic the Illuminati can be, this has layers. Yeah.
Skip right past the Illuminati bit and started campaigning for Candyman's innocence. Candyman is a vigilante.
I really
And,
don't know what
part. It was a mess. And like me, South Georgia, and then my other friend who I invited to this game so we could like finally play together was from Texas. So you've got two Southern players just absolutely mortified by this statement. And we peacefully exited that game. And we still go back to this person, that guy, because one of their descriptions was, oh yeah, he's in armor, like a proper knight, all shiny and nice, like a proper knight. And he stands tall and his armor is so classy, like a proper knight. It just like, it was at least 5 minutes of the same words over and over again.
We
we just drop it.
Noir and I have
Yes.
that one. It's and then you remember.
Oh no, that feels so loaded.
Okay, real quick story, I guess. I was involved in a game of Cult where I was playing a detective who had a gun, right? And so every time something spooky would come after us, my character, the detective, the one with the gun, would pull out the gun and shoot. And it never worked. The mechanics that the GM set up for the gun were very strange. I described it as a Glock, which I guess they assumed was a revolver with only 3 bullets. And so every time, like, okay, bad guy would come for me, I would shoot. It would be something to the effect of, then you remember that, like...
They did a lot of exposition for our characters.
Yeah. Well,
and told us our backstory.
Well, they would also retcon in real time things that we did.
Yeah.
Which I would shoot them, and he goes, then you remember that you didn't bring your backup ammo. And I'm like, so I'm rocking a Glock with 3 bullets? And so I would shoot this like demon in the head and nothing would happen, but another character would hit them with a chair and the demon would be devastated.
I hit the demon with a chair. I suplexed them into a table.
Yeah, devastated.
But God, it was a WWE match.
Yeah, so it just... as a writer for Cult, I'm speechless. It was so like, so that kind of became the joke,
the running joke
of every time we would run into a GM where we knew like the game was probably not gonna be what we were hoping for. It's just, and then you remember.
Rest in peace.
Had you held the Glock sideways, you wouldn't have had to worry about any of that.
Well, there was a passive aggressive thing with that gun that we'll have that conversation elsewhere, Joy. But
that sounds like this is gonna be a good episode of Dragum.
No, I'm not gonna. I might. Like I don't think it was maliciousness. I just think some GMs are more experienced and prepared than other GMs, and like I think this GM did not imagine a world where their players would have a gun, and so
I'm so sorry. I need to
no,
tag
go
on to
ahead.
that. Another game with my besties. We are trying to play Vampire together so often because they're both storytellers, and I'm just the one player who just refuses to storytell. We had this one setup, and the guy who was running for us, oh yeah, you ran out of drugs. You ran out of drugs to sell. That's what happened. All your money's gone. There's no more drugs. And we were like, what? That was the explanation. And we sat there for like minutes trying to figure out where we were supposed to progress in the story. No, we had to we made that session and then never played again.
Like
That's
like
we get back to that freaking party balance thing. It's up to you, to the GM, to come up with solutions for what your players. Just don't just axe it for no reason.
What can I say? We ran out of money. We ran out of drugs. Our guys had to go make some more drugs now. Drugs.
Drugs.
Drugs. But
Drugs.
I just there are GMs out there that genuinely cannot handle their players
Creativity.
doing anything out of their control. Like
It's a great time. Fantastic.
I did something. I went off book in that game because, like, I was in a relationship with another player. Me and It's the Riddler D were in a relationship in that game. We were girlfriends, and I I sent D a message with like a note that I left for D's character. And the GM was like, what do you do? I'm like, well, I've left a note for my my partner's character, and he's like, oh yeah, and what does it say? I'm like, that's actually for that player. I've sent them that note in private. We'll reveal it when it's time. The GM's like, I've lost control of this.
Oh my god.
That was
so
oh
wild.
no, I've lost control of this. Those were the words verbatim.
I just
lost control.
I guess I just
wild.
don't understand GMs that don't allow their player any agency in their world. Like and I'm kind of torn between the GMs that are just like, I can't compute that, so it's not allowed, versus the GMs that are like, sure, you can do it. We're just not going to acknowledge or respect that choice at all in the story. Like, I don't know which one. I think I prefer the one that's just like, I can't compute that, so we're not having it in the game. Because there's nothing worse than like feeling like your choice has been accepted and then like it just not factoring. Like,
Yeah.
Great time, always.
Great time.
But now that we've got that vitriol out of our system,
I've got vitriol for days, but I suppose that's gonna bring us to one of our last questions here. And well, no, not our last questions, our last segment, which is the community spotlight. We like to end on a positive note because there's so much petty and vitriol that we drum up with some of these questions. We want to leave a little hope at the end here. So this is your chance to name a person or a couple people that you feel make this space better. And feel free to tell us how as well.
I'm just gonna toot my own horn, stroke my own ego. I'm gonna give it to the Thonic kids. Like, I've never felt at home so quickly in a group. And if you don't know who the Thonic kids are, we played Hades High Monster Hearts, and we decided, hey, we're just gonna keep running games for each other. So that's gonna be top to bottom. April Raygun, which is again at April Reagan. Prince, Dimples and Dice, Miss Petty Dreadful, our Rachel Redacted, Bully Table Goth at Table Goth, and Wes Franks, which is Thirst Trap Moth, and then me. So the six of us, we're just besties. We have the best group chat. We're awful to each other in the most loving way possible. I hate them. This past weekend, I just got to meet April and Wes in person after like my PAX fell through, and it felt like a Discord call I couldn't leave. That's exactly what happened. The same people I've just like connected and bonded with are still the same people in person, and I love them dearly, and they're just the sweetest.
That makes my heart happy.
Oh, that's
Throw them off a cliff if I could, especially Bully.
Jesus.
Bully Table got their days are numbered.
You know what, chat? You got anybody? Let's see what chat has to say. And Anita, you got anyone? Let's keep the shine going.
Shine on. I'm gonna say my spotlight goes to Husha Kid. AJ's a real one. Like doesn't like will always send me things to make me feel better, or like send me ideas and like just help spark that inspiration. Just a good dude. And apparently I have to now say Joy for being the Paris Hilton of TTRPGs, the Nepo baby.
Y'all can't keep enabling this behavior. y'all cannot keep enabling Joy's behavior.
I posted in the circle about a game that I'm developing to try and like see if I could get some friends in on it, and Joy posts outside the circle that he wants in the game. You betrayed the circle, Joy. But I respect it.
Y'all cannot keep enabling this behavior. My spotlight goes to me. Fuck everybody else. I'm the brightest light in this world.
Good.
No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. My bright light is gonna go to Linda Kodega for putting out the story that's got Watsy shook right now. I feel like
they deserve some shine.
That's the deed. Yeah. That's the deed of the week for sure. Get over it. I am
deed
the
of
irritating
the year.
Nepo baby who gets what he wants. All right. So on that note, I think this has been a fantastic conversation. Of course, we're gonna bully you into coming back again, but we've all got a long weekend ahead of us. So let's start getting to it. I've been one of your hosts, TheNoirEnigma. You can find me all over the internet as TheNoirEnigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and TheNoirEnigma.com. Check that out for some merch. I've got a couple of projects coming up. Very excited to start announcing them. But you can find me every Friday over on Gen Con TV for table takes. Every Saturday morning here for Morning Ritual, and check out the podcast that I do with the Paris Hilton of TTRPG, Joy. I don't know why you would want that. Dungeons and Dragons. Also gets the spotlight for being my VTM friend. But that's me. Anita, why don't you go ahead and let people know who you are?
Hello, I'm Anita. You can find me all over the place at Panita or at Critical Misses. I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, and just a bunch of things. I do things in places. You can find me here Saturdays for Morning Ritual. Our guest next week is Sarah Moore from Sarah's Table over on Gen Con TV. We're going to chat with Sarah next week. And you can also find me over on Cyberpunk Uncensored for Star Trek Adventures campaign that we've got going. I play the captain, and I am the only one who knows the rules to this game. It is buck wild. Our GM just got thrown in at the last minute. and we're all learning on the go except for me. I know how to play this game. And then you'll also be able to find me over on Pluto Cleric's channel in a couple weeks for a game of Starfinder, where I'm going to play a curmudgeon-y mechanic who's also maybe an old lady who accidentally joined a cult and got superpowers. I love Agnes so much. She's wild. I can't wait for everybody to get to meet her. And that's it. That's me. Vin, tell us where
Oh
people
joy,
can
that
find
leaves
you.
me. Like I said, hi guys. I'm Vin at VynVoxVA on Twitter, Insta, and Hive, and then I'm VynVox on TikTok, which I don't do much with. Like I said, I'm a tabletop performer and voice actor. Next Thursday, I have the finale of the Mythic Initiative over on the Mythic Inc. ran by Vio Cologne. Fantastic game, wild as shit. I do have sprinkled in a bunch of one shots, but I do want to emphasize February 10th at 7 p.m. EST. Good old Wes Frank's graphic designer is going to be running a one shot for Trans Lifeline called Crescent Academy. We're playing kids on brooms. Magic School, Abbott Elementary. We're playing staff with these wacky hijinks they have in store. So if you have like $60-$70 you don't want to spend anywhere else that just so happens to be February 10th, just sprinkle that our way so we can support trans lives.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. I think that just about does it. Bye.
All right, everybody, we're going to go on a raid. We're going to go say hello to a good friend of the channel. You know what? Let's go send some love over to Omnis.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, we're gonna send some love over to our good friend Omnis X, who's playing War Sim, Realm of Asiona. Asilona? Is that it? Yeah. All right. Till next time, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. We love you. The ritual has concluded. Bye, everybody.